Sorry, I got a question directed to Kathy, who works for Reporter Without Border, and I want to know about how the index focus on what is the criteria that used to evaluate the index in the UK media, like how for example, gender represented in the media, how is it equal or not? Because it's like nowadays there's a Me Too movement with focus on the unfairness representation in the media.
Mm-hmm.
So
the way the index works is that there is, and there's actually a lot of information on the methodology on the website as well, so including a very long and complicated formula, which I never have tried to learn off. But we put out a survey to different experts in various parts of the press freedom field in each country, and there's a list of 40 questions, each corresponding to different indicators, so of those 7 that I read out. So within that, some of those may come under gender, but it's not as specific as we wouldn't necessarily do the research exactly on comparing kind of how many people are in each office, for instance. But it's more an overall kind of sentiment or experience of people like journalists, journalism professors, people in regulation as well, legal experts, lawyers from the Media Association. So those would be taken into account. And it's something as well that our awards this year really tried to pick up on, and the journalist from the Philippines, her name is Inday Espina Verona. She is one of the kind of main, at the forefront of that movement in the Philippines. So it's definitely something that we're very cognizant of, and particularly as we're both women actually in the office as well. So the gender issues within the media for us is something that we're really concerned by.
I can never say her last name, is it Cadwallader, who is fantastic. I was reading her work in The Observer, but it's interesting recently that, I don't know if you saw this, but on Twitter, Andrew Neil, of the BBC and publisher of The Spectator, really belittled her and called her some old cat lady, crazy cat lady, and then took it down but hasn't apologised. And I just feel it's really interesting that he clearly, demonstrably feels threatened by, seemingly feels threatened by not just a woman, but a woman challenging authority and challenging the orthodoxy of things which perhaps some might argue he represents. And I'm just wondering how much you think that, when a diversity of voices does begin to come into our media mainstream, the media mainstream fights back and doesn't like that. And is that why we are so low down on your rankings?
Yeah, that would definitely, well, go ahead and answer. That would definitely be one of the things, and that's kind of why pluralism is one of the indicators. And it's something, because often a question I'll get asked is, but what do you think about the Daily Mail? Do you agree with everything in it? And for sure don't, but what we definitely think the answer is pluralism of voices, and you're going to get that backlash. But for instance, someone like Caroline, really, she spoke at the awards and she was so inspiring. I think the whole room, you could feel this kind of, people really, she captured what people felt and what they were experiencing. So I suppose what we're there, and that's exactly why she won the award, is because the work she's doing is so important, and that's why she's being attacked for it. And I think that we're best placed to support people doing that kind of incredible work. And that's kind of our way of fighting against those kind of, exactly like you said, people who will just call someone names on Twitter because the important work they're doing. Yeah.